Chapter 6: Social Skills and Relationships. The reason why this chapter is last is because you will make the best friendships and relationships when you've already committed to the previous chapters. You want to meet new people when you've already improved your mental and physical health, when you aren't addicted to stuff. So it's like we're making you into the best version of yourself. So you meet people who now align with your current goals and values. To make quality relationships with friends, family, or romantically, you should consider leveling up your social skills. It's right there in the name, social skills. It's something you can level up. You can learn, practice, and improve your social skills, and it is a very worthwhile grind. It's something you should put effort into. So straight away, I'm going to recommend the cheat code to improving your social skills. This book. If you do nothing else, just read this book or watch a YouTube summary of it. You can read it on Kindle, you can buy the paperback copy that I've got here. There's an Amazon link in the description to buy your own paper copy, it's like £5. Personally, I prefer to read paperbacks and I use it as a time just away from the screens. Specifically this chapter on 6 ways to make people like you. These are the 6 principles that seem so obvious. When you read them, you won't even think that you've learned anything new, but when you actually read the chapter and you read the examples that he gives, this is what will transform your social life. This is what will make you into one of those people who seems to have friends everywhere he goes. I'm sure you've met someone like that, a guy who just seems to make friends anywhere he goes. He's such a charming, confident guy. I bet he's internalizing these principles, whether or not he's read the book. Maybe he's just one of the people who just naturally knew this stuff. This should be like a superpower, because any of the people you meet through using the 6 principles from this book could be a future best friend, girlfriend, or business partner. Seriously, this is the action step right now. Pause the video and either go buy this book or go watch a YouTube summary or go read it online in some kind of PDF format. Come back to this video of mine when you're done. If you took that action step and have either ordered your own copy or have just watched the summary online, that's brilliant. You will be grateful that you did. Be sure to attempt the principles in real life, just testing the theory. Me and one of my best friends have said that this is a book that we're going to read every single year for the rest of our lives. I suggest you do the same thing. Now, I can add something from my own personal experience to improve your social skills. Practice approaching, initiate conversation with strangers. It's this exact phrase that has leveled up my social skills and given me the opportunity to meet new people. This phrase, practice approaching and initiate conversation with strangers, refers to walking up to someone you don't know and starting a conversation with them. I made a whole video on this so you can watch it clicking the card right now, but in general, see approaching people as practice. You shouldn't just approach people who you think you may become friends with or girls that you're attracted to, because then when the opportunity does arise, when you meet these kinds of people, you probably haven't practiced this skill well enough. You see a cute girl and you don't have the confidence or the ability to go and speak to her. What you want is to already be practicing this approach so that when there is someone who you really want to approach, you're already used to it. It will feel like just another approach when you see an attractive woman or a guy who could potentially be a new friend. This is old man vibe, speaking to everyone and feeling confident in doing so. Be interested in everyone. Know that each and every person you see has something to be admired, something that you could learn from. This is what makes you into a social butterfly. You might think, what do you even get out of talking to people you aren't even attracted to? Here's what Dale Carnegie has to say. Level up your social skills and you will live a much happier life. We have the data and the research that shows that loneliness is a killer. In the self-improvement community, especially with men, we have this idea that the lone wolf is the cool one, the lone ranger. I'm gonna go it alone because other people don't matter. The lone wolf dies alone. Think back to the times that you felt the most happy. I'm willing to bet that that moment was when you had a lively social circle. You had close family members, close friends. Think back to the time that you were the most depressed. It was probably after a period of loneliness or after a breakup. So what about romantic relationships? Getting a girlfriend. This is quite an important topic for young men. Something that a lot of us have struggled with. We have an innate desire to be loved. We want to be loved. It shouldn't be this hard. But modern society has made it this way. Social media and online dating is fiercely competitive. You're going against every guy in a 30, 40, 50 mile radius. This is why I suggest to drastically lower your social media use, and if you want a girlfriend, to start approaching in person. That is the most natural, the most respectable way to meet someone. And it's the way that makes you stick out, because it is terrifying, it is scary, it's challenging, and people respect that. People admire that confidence. There will be someone who laughs at you. There will be someone who thinks is weird and funny and whatever. But I'm willing to bet that the type of woman you want to meet, you actually want her to be more receptive to an in-person friendly approach compared to meeting someone on Tinder or on an Instagram DM. On the topic of romantic relationships comes a bunch of different online communities that we as younger men have invested into. Specifically, incel, involuntary celibate, and black pill are the ones that I very, very much disagree with. These are essentially like the loser mentality. Oh, it doesn't work for us, so we're gonna give up, and the rest of the world is wrong. We are kind of right. I can understand why a young man watching this could be subscribed to this incel or black pill or whatever words they use. Why not just make your life as best as possible? If there are people with the same insecurities as you still achieving the things that you want, then it's all a mentality. It's all about how much work you've put in. I found that there's no hard-working person in these type of groups. They're just defeatists. Oh, like, I'm not getting everything handed to me, so there's no chance. Which is BS. We know that if you work hard, you can literally achieve anything in this world. Capitalism has made it that way. Whether or not you agree with it, you can become a millionaire. You can become at least an 8 out of 10 in physical attractiveness, if we're going to use this numbers bullshit. You can. Maybe your face is ugly, but you can still go and achieve a 10 out of 10 model body. And I'm sure that if you had that type of body, you would be more physically attractive than you currently are. So what's with this defeatist mentality? And so really, if you find yourself struggling to get romance in your life, which so many young guys are, consider investing into the previous 5 chapters. They will make your life so much better. They will make you more attractive, more confident. Really, to get a girl, one of the biggest things you need is high self-esteem. And if you struggle with women, it's because you have low self-esteem. And that's because you haven't done much in life yet. And you want the reward without putting in the work. You build your self-esteem by doing things, by having self-love for the delayed gratification activities. Commit to the previous 5 chapters, and I'm sure you will find it significantly easier and more natural to get more romantic relationships in your life. And I want to remind you, social skills are a skill. I want to keep drilling in this idea of this video game skill, that we can level this up. We can get XP in the skills that I've mentioned in this video through just doing the actions, doing the grind. And you get XP in your social skills by practicing, by reading material like this. Maybe there's other stuff online, but this is the one I personally recommend. Reading it, trying it, making notes, and then going outside and actually testing it. You just have to put in the work first. You can't be a level 1 and then be angry that you're not a level 10 in a game without actually doing the actions that makes you into a level 10. That's just weird. You can't expect a higher level without getting the XP. And too many young guys seem to struggle with this concept. So that's why I've been trying to drill it into this video, that real life is very similar to these games, that you have to put in the work, you have to get the XP, and then your level goes up. Don't expect your level to go up without